I say big up 99, saying lack of spirituality, homelessness, starvation, disrespect for the children and the elders. Man, I say, rig up 99, man.
Peace and blessings to the world. Today is May 13th, 2020, and we're still dealing with the COVID-19. I thought by now all the world leaders would have gotten together collectively and discuss how their country, their communities, their states, their villages are being affected by the COVID and how they're dealing with it, how they're coping with it, steps they have taken, what's worked and what have not worked, and then collectively as a human family come to one consensus in how to approach this problem and how to fix this problem. You know, the Creator gives us everything that we need to sustain ourselves right here on this earth. And one of those things is the responsibility to manage this as one of the creatures on this earth who have been deemed with the abilities to accept, understand, and deal with feelings. And no matter where you are, no matter who you are, no matter what you look like, no matter what your financial status is, what class or all that stuff, this situation impacts us all. And the world leaders need to come together, religious leaders need to come together, regardless of what your faith are, and see how we can collectively fix this problem and move on with a new focus, not to return back to where we were. I heard the governor says we should build bridges and buildings, but for what though? What other purposes? Look at the atmosphere. Look how the earth has responded to this situation. So when we adjust our lifestyle, we should adjust it to accommodate the primary needs of the children and the seniors. So we see now, we're hearing that the COVID has now starting or beginning to affect the children. While they showed that they were able to fight it off and develop a strong immune system against it, other ailments are now surfacing, which were there before. Those things were there before. But so what are we going to do now that it's affecting the children? Because if it affects the children, we're talking about mankind in general. So you got to realize it's time for us to make the right, the proper, the correct, the only realistic decisions to make in these things is that we got to get together collectively as one family. You know, we went by Gary's J&N Pharmacy on 167th Street in the Bronx the other day to pay homage to him for being on the front line, because I know for a fact that during this episode my parents have been affected. There were a time my mom developed a fever and we couldn't take her to the hospital. So having a pharmacy that knows us and knows the client, being my mom and dad, was very, very, very helpful. So we went by to pay homage to them, and in the process of doing that, he shared with us a situation whereby some of the medications that were being honored prior to COVID, the prices on them have gone up. And the compensation that they receive for filling or honoring these prescriptions, those have not gone up. So they are left losing. So we went by to talk to him. And in the process of doing that, we found out that the inner city where black folks and Hispanic folks are more affected by the COVID. And we tried to find out what the reasons for that were, being that the onset of this disease was not nowhere close to the so-called hood. So how did it end up in the hood like that? And he shared with us that due to the services or lack of services within the inner city in these communities, the impact later down the line will have a greater toll in those communities, and that's what we are now seeing. I'm asking all of those who are in earshot of this footage at this time to pay close attention to the environment, pay close attention to the changes in the temperatures. The Creator is speaking to us. It doesn't matter what faith you have, who you believe in. At the end of the day, we all live on this earth. And when you see situations like you see in Georgia, those problems are deeper than just Georgia. It's a national problem. You know, when you separate people by color and you bring children up in that environment, because garbage in, garbage out, and their behavior reflects that. So, you know, in different countries all over the world, you see black folks are treated in a different way, you know, and even that color black, it's been assigned to me. I'll accept it, but I feel we are one human family. I want to thank you for tuning in today and continue doing the right thing and giving thanks and praise to the Most High. One love. Manasseh. I saw you go.
Watch all the people them
One-track mind, this a one-track mind. 99 for use mind.